1099A. Don't you know the 1099A stands for 666 ass kicking? You put the 1 with the 0 in, that's a 6. You turn the 2 9s counterclockwise, and there goes the other 2 6s. 666.
Teach one, reach one by 1099A's. I'm acquiring up debt so this can get paid. What you really know by 1099A's? It's abandonment and I just want to fake goose play. Teach one, reach one by 1099A's. I'm acquiring up debt so this can get paid. What you really know by 1099A's? It's abandonment and I just want to fake goose play.
I know it ain't a norm, but take a look at the form. There's only 3 parts that keep our people scorned. First, as a lender, and they the sinners. Claim they gave us money, so Babylon we stay in her. With souvenirs we can pin her, no more legal tender. With paper real silk, so Babylon has to render. But back to the form, they got you as the borrower because you borrowed from her. Did you know that occurred? Now on the third part of the form, you gave collateral for your debt. The box 2, box 6 in case your debt's not met. They check box 5 for the person that's alive. Then go into your state so your repayment was a lie. Now it's time to deliver 1 troy ounce of silver. Quintillionaire out the river, make them shiver. Got a foreign barcode, territorial lie. Now Babylon, she's the borrower on my 1099. Hey!
Babylon, she's the borrower on my 1099. Babylon, she's the borrower on my 1099.
Babylon, she's the borrower on my 1099.
Babylon, she's the borrower on my 1099.
Now this is the 1099A, last supper. I'm about to reveal y'all the secret that a lot of people haven't told y'all about the 1099A. What the corporations are not telling you, what the United States is not telling you, and definitely what the IRS is not telling you. So we're gonna start with the 1099A, and I'm gonna show y'all how they fill it out and why they fill it out. Like I said in the song, there are 3 parts to the 1099A. There's the lender section, the borrower section, and then there's the detailed section about the asset or the property. And property can be you according to the 4797 form. But we'll get into that another time. So the lender, it can be the mortgage company, it can be your Secretary of State, it can also be your child support agency, it can also be the place where you got your marriage license or driver's license. They're claiming to be the lender. Let's use the birth certificate. The hospital is the lender because they done the work. So a lender can also be one who does work for you, like the person cutting your yard. The hospital delivered the baby, they cut the umbilical cord, and so you're worth your weight in gold. Gold meaning that's not your worth, but that's how much you owe them. And in 1933, they took the gold out of existence, so that way they know that you will not be able to pay it back. And that way, you cannot be free from being a debtor. So the next part is the borrower. The borrower is you, your mom, your dad. And in certain statutes at large, it shows that you can inherit your mother's and your father's debt. So you are born a debtor. A debtor is a sinner, and this is how you're born in debt, because you cannot pay the gold back. And this is what's meant by worth your weight in gold. You owe the hospital. So what they do is they create a birth certificate. The birth certificate is the certificate of origin, which is the live birth. And after you have the live birth, then they make duplicates of that, which is birth certificate. It's a certified copy of the live birth. The live birth is like your certificate of origin, okay? And again, the birth certificate is the copy. Since your mother, your father, or you did not pay back the debt, what they use is a 1099A, because you were put up for collateral. And since your mom didn't pay it back, the state, the hospital, whoever gets the chance to use you in whatever way they want. So now, the tender of payment is an obligation to pay or to perform. So what are the states using you for? They're using you to perform because they know you'll never pay it back. So the performing goes into driver's licenses, marriage licenses. So pretty much all your rights are stripped from birth. They tell you on the third part of this to put the date of the acquisition or the knowledge of the acquisition. What acquisition? The date they acquired the property based on you failing to settle the debt. So the 1099-A is filed with the IRS when you fail to fulfill the debt obligation. The debt obligation was failed to be paid, and so now they acquire your property. If you go down to box 5, it says check if the borrower was personally liable for repayment of the debt.
Personal.
Now, what is personal when it gets down to real estate? So you're linked to the estate of your ancestors, your land. So that is personal, not corporate. So this is what's meant by you're the surety or the guarantee or the warrant for the debt. 2, it says the balance or principal outstanding. That's the amount owed to your hospital that was never paid. So you need to go back to the hospital, find that debt, and then pay it with the gold, silver, or copper stamp that you will get. Box 4, fair market value of the property. What property is that? That's the property that was used as surety or a guarantee or warrant for the debt obligation, which is you. What is your value is what they're asking. Just like if it was a car, just like if it was a house, they want to know currently when you're doing this claim, what is the value of that property today versus box 2 for the balance outstanding. Okay, the fair market value might be more than the balance outstanding. In box 6, it says description of property. So for the hospital, it will be you. For a house, it will be the house and the land. Notice it says personally liable. Personally liable means something that is real, something that is tangible. That is the land. Land is real. It grows, it moves. Even you grow, you move. Even on your car, you might say, well, my car is not real.
Yes, it is.
In your car, you have copper, you have silver, you have gold, and you also have platinum and palladium in cars. So that goes back to natural resources, minerals. So I just broke down for y'all the 1099-A and how they use it, why they use it, and I'm gonna go even more deep with it. So that is the secret that no one has ever talked about. Why is this called acquisition or abandonment of secured property? It's abandonment where you abandon the debt that you are responsible to pay. So they acquire the property in exchange for the debt principal that's left. So this is why it's called secured property, because you were used as a surety, which is the security for the debt obligation. Same thing when it comes to a car and you have a title, they come and get the car. Same thing with the house deed, they come get the house. Same thing with you, they come get you. This is why when you get a ticket, they're able to come arrest you, because you're not abiding by their rules. And until you get out of that debt, they can do whatever they want. Why does this form exist? It exists for who? The fake lenders to keep you as property. They know you're never gonna pay this stuff back. It's deed property. Who uses this form? Your Secretary of State, the United States government, courts, child support, DMV, car companies, mortgage companies. Now, how do they use it? Like I said, it starts at the hospital. So they're the very first ones to use this form, and then everyone else uses it. There's a debt at the hospital. What the hospital do is they sell that debt to the United States Treasury. It's an obligation of the United States. And then the United States put a bond on you. This is why you have a birth certificate and an OID savings bond that's there for 30 years. Because the hospital sold that debt to the United States Treasury. And until that debt is satisfied with the hospital and the Secretary of State, that bond will remain on there. But once you settle the debt with your silver stamp, copper stamp, then that bond has to go away. Everything has to go away after that. Again, how do they use it? First, you gotta know it stems from, again, your car title, your home deed, your birth certificate, all licenses, okay? And then that goes into the liens, because again, they put a lien on that birth certificate. Until that lien is released, then you're not free. You're not free. You're not free. You're not free.